Today, as usual, I would like to share with you some things that I believe will be useful to you in your life to help you to solve your problems, achieve your goals, and experience the real fulfillment that you're here for so that you can know real happiness and peace and joy and harmony in your life. So that's the real intention here. And specifically today, I would like to focus on the reasons why people fail to achieve their goals, and specifically, I guess, the reasons why you fail to achieve your goals. Because you're probably not really all that interested in people. You're probably more interested in you, which is as it should be. So that's what I'd like to focus on today, and that is in the context of this larger context of you really experiencing the real fulfillment that you're here for. So I just want to provide a little context and fit that together so this makes sense. Because it's not always clear to all people why achieving your goals or fulfilling your real desires is important for real fulfillment in life. Because sometimes some people have been led to believe that it is better to not have goals or desires at all, that having goals or desires is actually problematic, that having goals or desires means having attachment, and attachment means suffering, and that the real solution is to have no goals or desires. So that's an interesting idea, and if you can manage that, then that's great. But if you had managed that already, you wouldn't be here in this meeting. So for the rest of us, where we actually still have attachments and goals and desires that we want to fulfill, then just telling ourselves that we should not or trying to suppress them does not actually give results. So there is another way to approach this other than just trying to get rid of those, and that is to actually intelligently approach them and fulfill them. And part of the fulfillment process will actually lead to the same outcome as the approach that's being suggested by those who would say that you should give up the attachments and the goals and the desires. So, as I often point out, there are different ways to approach this. One way would be the approach of renunciation, and that would be the approach of renouncing the world, renouncing the attachments, renouncing the desires, and seeking to get rid of all attachment. And as I've suggested, that's probably not the path for you, because if it was, then you wouldn't likely be here. So for those of us who are living in this world and we have bills to pay and we have relationships and we've got maybe some creative projects that we want to to express or whatever it might be, then um, it's good good for us that there are other ways. So what I am advocating for is what I call a path of accomplishment. And through this path, we can actually incorporate the fulfillment of desires intelligently as part of the process of actual self fulfillment of the self. And ultimately, that does lead to detachment. I mean, if you think about it, when you actually have completely fulfilled something, then you no longer have an attachment. So it's just a different way of approaching things that will give the same ultimate outcome, but this approach will work much better for most people.